Sometimes you just got to do that.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Just got to do that.
Got to do that.
Got to get it done.
Get her done.
Get her done. Get her done.
Get her done with DK and Duane.
DK and Duane Show. DK and Duane Show.
See, all of a sudden, I'm already so much better now. Just
see, there you go.
Sometimes you gotta let go of the garbage.
Can you repeat that exercise for me one more time so I can make sure I get it right?
Nope.
Ah, come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on. I need to work on that. And welcome back to the DK and Duane Show. I'm DK.
I'm Duane.
And please ignore our warm-up from earlier, if you
will. Yes, we were just getting warmed up.
Getting warmed up.
By the way, it is freaking cold here today.
Is it really?
It was minus 15 Celsius this morning.
Ooh.
I believe single digits Fahrenheit.
Single digits Fahrenheit. That's a good old-fashioned winter right there.
Oh, it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Did you say Goldilocks?
Goldilocks, exactly.
That is not awesome at all.
They're the cousins of the StreamYardigans, of course.
Yes. StreamYardigans and Goldilocks. And the Three Bears. All right.
Exactly.
And on that note, we begin. The DK Duane Show. It is Tuesday, the 9th of February. And we have, as usual, a ton of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff. It's just amazing how the pace continues. But it's great. Unprecedented opportunities. I was just commenting to a coordinator, actually not a coordinator, manager of a compilation book named the One Habit series the other day about how COVID, right, had shut down my company back in March, just for a couple of days almost, where we were all milling around. We had no clue what to do, right? But then it was that shift, right? That actually it was Joel Bauer that got us into it, right? He started Zero to Hero. He just had just the right messaging to say, there's something that we can focus on here with all this newfound free time that we have. Let's do that. And that started a journey that has lasted all year long and through into New Year.
All year long. And it's continuing, it looks like, for us on February the 18th.
Yeah.
Going to, which is my father's 80th birthday, I might add. And I just sent the card and the gift in the mail.
That is the 80th birthday date.
Yes.
Excellent. Now your father has a lot to be thankful for on this particular day coming up, and that's awesome.
He's doing very well.
Yes.
Which is great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very happy that he's doing as well as he is, and continue. Absolutely. Continue.
Continues a strong push. 80th birthday.
That's really good. He actually sounds really good, which is,
Oh, even better. Yeah. A landmark year.
Energized. He's revamped. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on, which is great.
For sure.
Other than the COVID, but,
Yeah. Well, details. Yeah. Understand. COVID's becoming almost old news, although it is still pretty much a nemesis, right? That does put the hurt on a few folks out there.
They're trying to pull this second pandemic alternate or adjusted. What's the word they're using to
modified
label on this? I still see people, DK, that say COVID doesn't exist.
I'm pretty sure it exists. Yeah. But maybe just not quite as bad as it's made out to be.
What are you smoking?
Yeah.
Really? I can tell you right now that my sister's godmother passed away about 3 weeks ago from COVID. So
directly from COVID.
My sister's godmother. Yeah. She was 93.
Okay.
And, so I think there's a combination of things, right? You have a compromised immune system. and things can happen as a result of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the only way it happens, right? Obviously, you know, who knows, right? But I would say by and large, that's what we've been hearing, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of the way it's
absolutely. Seems like it's been the same from a lot of points of view of if you're strong, you get ahead of the virus before it gets ahead of you, then you're probably good. If you've got issues that maybe you may not even know about, right? Then the virus gets the upper hand, and then it's a fight. I was looking at a chart that showed like 3 different layers of treatments, and of course, by the time you get to layer 3, it's pretty serious. But the first couple actually offer some good opportunities if you jump on them quick to once again regain that control and get ahead of it.
Yeah, this is the way it goes. We don't need to keep going. I mean, you know, we can move on from COVID. We can. Yeah. What I mean is, we can talk about things that are more empowering, moving us forward.
Yes.
Just here's something I did with Amir the other day. Right. We did up a new Pinpoint Tax Services website.
Hey.
Now we have secure file upload on the website. So we have, I was going through, I did, I think about 575 tax returns last year, something like that, some crazy number. Like about 50 more than usual.
Okay, awesome.
10% is a fair bit when you're at that level already.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Ding, 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 ding. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just, yeah. Anyway, so where was I going with this?
You were talking about secure file upload off of a Groove page, right?
So I have 230 email addresses. So the majority of my clients, like a lot of my clients, are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, and quite often they get their children to bring their stuff in, right? Quite often, not all the time, but there's definitely a retired clientele there, right?
Yeah.
So that's the challenge. I mean, I'm going to have my office hours, and then I'm going to have the online deal. So, but maybe this online deal takes it a whole lot further, not just within the area that I live, but because I can do that anywhere across Canada other than Quebec, right? So for those of you who live in Canada and want your taxes done, you got me.
I'm wishing that I lived in Canada right now, because I do not like to do my taxes.
See?
They take my focus. My mind has to be singularly focused on getting done what I need to get done. And because I'm building a new program that although I have spent 46 years developing the content and the knowledge and the skill sets for it, it's still a program. There's a lot of work to put it together, right? And so I need to be focused on that, and taxes are a distraction for me.
So let me ask you a question. So what do you use? Do you do your own, or do you have somebody?
I currently do my own. Yep, because I'm silly that way.
Yeah, but no, that's fine. Like you're an engineer, so you love numbers.
I can deal with numbers.
Do you use TurboTax, or what do you use?
Believe it or not, I do a very simple tax return. I just use a PDF and I fill it out manually right now.
Oh,
yeah. I have an Excel worksheet on the side, and I work down the calcs. My finances are not that complex.
Do you like mail?
Yeah, I actually mail it in. Yeah, I'm old fashioned like that.
Because there's a state and there's a federal tax return for U.S., isn't there?
Depends on the state. I just so happen that I live in a state that doesn't require one.
You did that on purpose. You're like, because you lived in Minnesota before you lived in Houston, right?
In Minnesota, I lived in Illinois, Ohio. They all require tax returns.
Oh yeah. So you're like,
Florida does not.
You don't have to do
a
state tax return.
All that drama that you hear about in the Pacific Northwest, I'm pretty sure those states don't require tax returns,
right?
Either. Yeah. Not that there's any correlation with that, but and also Texas does not require. So I have to admit that I didn't move here because of that, but I was very pleasantly surprised that I would save a couple hours of paperwork. The other thing too is that even if your finances are structured to not pay a very high amount of personal tax on the federal level, it's pretty often because the states aren't as forgiving. You're going to pay something at the state level, and the withholding will not be sufficient to cover in most cases. Or if it is, it's right down to the penny almost of what you need to have paid. And so you usually have to end up paying a small amount of money in state taxes and always, because I'm not quite as an adept a financial planner as you are, I'm not planning for that expense, and so it catches me a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't do U.S. taxes, so.
Oh well, it's worth a shot. When you get certified to do taxes in the States, let me know, and then I'll be one of your first clients.
Thousands and thousands, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So, do you think maybe we should check out, see what's? Do you want to see if you want to give her an invite?
Huh?
Do you want to give her an invite?
Do I want to give who an invite?
Her an invite. You think we'll just leave it be?
Could
you are out there? You're wondering, like, what are they talking about?
Who is that? It could be you.
Oh, it could be you.
Matter of fact, there is a comment that just came in. Maybe it's Amir.
Hey,
Amir.
Here, you want to join us?
You could. Could throw you a link.
We were just talking about you. You must have had burning ears or something.
Yeah.
Talking about my website. And there's a comment there that it says Duane did most of the work. I think what he's trying to do is make sure that people don't think that he was the one who designed it. Because if there's any issue, he said, sure, there you go.
Yeah.
Might as well. Well say hi, Amir.
Yeah. Okay.
That could be. I wonder if that might be the reason why he's like, Duane did most of it. Because there's a few things on there I've changed since we put it together. But he was able to help me get that secure file upload dealt with, and which is pretty cool. Because then people can just use WeTransfer and transfer documents, right? So they transfer all their, we call them T slips.
Oh, okay.
T probably for tax, probably a good possibility.
Yeah.
T5s, T4s. The T4 is the employment tax slip. There he is.
There he is. What's happening, Amir?
Welcome back. What's up?
Oh, let me just pull up Facebook there. Okay, there. I got this second screen now, so I'm loving it. Yeah. Now I have you guys on the other screen talking, and I can work. So everyone should have a separate screen now. It's really it's amazing. And now I know why Joe has like 6 screens.
Definitely.
You can like watch all your live streams at once.
Yeah, there you go.
So you could probably run 2 simultaneous webinars, technically speaking.
Yeah.
If the same storyline would work for both.
Yeah.
Potentially.
That would be
potentially. Duane's obviously adding the disclaimers in.
Yeah, his favorite, ostensibly. As often as Duane uses that, I'm gonna need to look it up and get a full understanding of exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Well, you're not the only one who needs to really look.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
I'm sure there's a definition beside it that has Joel Bauer's favorite word for potentially. There you go. So what's going on in Toronto today there, Amir?
It was a nice day. It was sunny. It's pretty good.
Cold like it is. Like it's sunny here, but is it cold like it is here? It's like
it is -5 Celsius.
That's actually still a little cooler than it normally would be in Toronto.
Yeah. You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my window was frozen for a couple days actually. Yeah,
that's awesome. Kind of how it goes. So you're working on some tech stuff or what today?
Yeah. I was in OBS earlier today recording some content.
Hey, so awesome!
I had my green screen's actually behind in that circle thing behind me. I put it away. But yeah, I was doing some recording and working on some funnels and stuff. Someone actually already built a web page and it was broken, so I had to like spend the day fixing it. And I'm working with another Joel Bauer student, peer rather, and dealing with all her WordPress stuff. WordPress is just don't deal with WordPress. If you're building a big site, it's very complicated. There's a lot of animals that you got to feed in there.
So I've heard, right? All the different apps and widgets that have to be added in before you can have any reasonable
plugins.
Functions.
Yeah.
Absolutely, plugins.
I think I have a WordPress site from ages ago when I was originally with Joel, and I created Canadian Tax Academy.
Oh, hey, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Duane uses Vistaprint. Tell him about Vistaprint.
Well, that's another thing. Yeah, that was $134 a year.
I was like, why is he using Vistaprint for? That's like a company that prints business cards and stuff.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
They didn't create the website either. You might have noticed. It was a pretty basic website.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
basic.
So I helped Duane rebuild his site. And basically, the reason why he did everything is because I was just sitting there talking, telling him what buttons to click. He did all the work. But then,
really,
yeah,
tell me more. Actually, can we throw the site up here?
There were a couple of things that you actually were like, okay.
And then he just made me do all the hard stuff, like put a button on the page.
Can we pull this up? Go to pinpointtaxservices.com. I don't know if I can actually.
Oh, you know what, Duane, you should have shown him a screenshot of your before.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Probably.
The record. If you have the recording downloaded, I had to delete it.
You have to go and find it.
Yeah.
Really,
you got to show the before, because the before was just like so outdated.
So pinpointtax.com.
Nope. Tax services. So pinpoint
tax services. Y'all have these long tail words for your website names.
You should have seen the first corporation I had. It was called Financial Services Corporation. Type that out.
That is so funny.
More than Money Financial Services.
So relatable at the same time.
So unrelatable.
Let me see if I can actually figure out how to share this, because this will be my first time sharing on a StreamYard personally.
Oh, wow.
Share screen. It's easiest with two monitors. Yes, it actually absolutely is.
Yeah, that's why Amir's got two monitors now. They kept telling him that.
All right, and I'm going to try to share screen too, because I also have two monitors.
Whoa, there's some.
This is like visual echo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you just gotta. So with StreamYard, you know, it's not like Zoom that it gives you like the background. Yeah. So like you're just.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm actually showing a screen, right?
You notice it changed a couple of things, eh?
Oh yeah, you added a lot of text.
Yeah, well, I added my 2020 plan.
And what happened to the title? Now it's just a button.
I think they know what we do.
Endpoint personal tax services. I have no clue what that is, Duane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to clean that out.
So what's this though?
So that's what they wanted me to do. Yeah. So
what's behind this? Ooh, look at that! It's a
boing.
That thing just lift.
You can upload your documents.
How easy? How hard is it to do a lifting button like that in Groove?
It's just 2 clicks.
Really?
Yeah, I think I had it. It's on a repeat of like every 2 seconds or something. I think I put it. Yeah, I could show you if you want, but yeah,
that'd be very interesting to.
Yeah, but if you click that button, this is actually relevant to you guys. So that link basically goes to Duane's actual email for WeTransfer. So if you have someone that wants to send you files, you just send them your link.
Exactly.
And
so people don't have to come and see me this year. In fact, people in Ontario, people in Newfoundland, people in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, people in Winnipeg, people all across Canada, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, can literally press a button, load their documents in here, send it away, and then I do your taxes for you.
Yeah, and we've been testing this WeTransfer for a long time, so we know it's good. It's encrypted, safe. Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I would definitely clean up that home screen, all that text on the home page. But yeah.
So here's what's interesting. I tried to separate the secure online or in-person tax returns with the green and black beneath it. But here's the thing. I could literally put that white thing at the very top, right? I could put it literally right in here. And then, because that's really what it's all about. It's about getting your tax return done. The question, do you want me to do your tax return, doesn't do any more for this than making the statement secure online or in-person textures. Doesn't do anything more. So I thought
the button's not linked. Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. So the button is supposed to scroll down to this section. So this form actually works. So if you fill in all the information, and they will then email Duane your information, basically.
Or you can call me on my phone.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Or yeah, you click the phone number, and then it will email or call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of options, but the whole deal is totally a shift.
Yeah.
Right?
So the form is connected through Zapier. So it basically will zap your information to his email.
Oh, okay. And what's on the other end of the Zapier connection?
Gmail. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. A Gmail connection through Zapier. And awesome. Or Zapier, whichever way you say that.
Yeah, I got
That's great.
Zap.
I always wondered how to connect Groove to Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I know how. And I like this green here, Duane. This looks a lot like the old school like Unix CRT servers and stuff.
I should have made it orange.
So it's got the very old school feel to it.
Yes, it's a see-through piece too, right? So you can actually see a little bit of what's going on behind you there.
A little bit see-through, yeah. Yeah, I like it. It would be even cooler if you used the old school, like the that font, right? That those computers used in that day.
Oh yeah.
With the lines to the zeros and stuff.
There was a font that I wanted that I was using for my business. It was called Copper Plate Gothic Bold.
I use that also.
Literally from like early 1800s. It's like a vintage looking text.
Yeah. Copper plate's cool. I like it. It's got a good style. It's a little bit fat for a font, but it's a good style.
It's definitely very very straight edged. Right? There's no curvature at all in that entire thing. So you're grooving, are you, Amir?
Well, I'm grooving a lot. It's kind of funny. I ordered some Groove gear, like Groove t-shirts and whatever, and I got it like because it was the holidays and stuff. Shipping was crazy, so I finally got it like I think about a week and a half ago. But before that, I complained. I'm like, it's been like 3 weeks. I haven't got my stuff yet. And I got another email saying they shipped it, but I already received it. So look, I got a hoodie and I got like a Groove. I got four pairs now.
They're very good at marketing, aren't they?
Pardon me?
They're very good at marketing, aren't they? Hey, I saw something today. Rich Sheffram was doing some kind of a talk on one of the Groove digital sites there. I don't know what he was doing there, but
he's in Groove. He's a good friend of Mike. Mike Filthane, yeah. Actually,
I thought he was posting a live right today somewhere on his own page.
I know. I think he started doing training for Groove, like in their group or something. So
cool.
Yeah. It's actually if you want to know something funny, you all know who Peng Joon is, right?
Yeah.
So he did a YouTube video, Groove Funnels versus ClickFunnels.
Oh, did he now?
And and he obviously sided with ClickFunnels. And one of his arguments was, I made more money with ClickFunnels. Well, obviously you did. It's been around longer. But this is Mike Filthane's response to him. This was on like one of his butterfly marketing trainings in like a private members area. And he was like, and he actually, I think he I don't know, I forget if he commented or if he actually reached out to him, but he did say this to him. He's like, I'll give you $50,000 to admit that Groove is a better platform. Just get on a call with me and I'm going to prove to you that Groove is a more superior platform than ClickFunnels. And then I'm like, I want to do research and figure out like what the whole deal with ClickFunnels is. So I actually did some research. And Duane, you have to pay, if you're paying like $300 a month for ClickFunnels, you got to pay for certain templates. I'm like, what?
Right.
I was like, what? I was like, $70 for this funnel?
Premium over premium, right?
I was like, what?
You're making money hand over fist with that.
I was like, And like what? You still have to pay for your payment processing and all that sort of thing. And I was like, what? I was like, this is crazy.
It's definitely not an all-in-one. I think the ClickFunnels for a while was headed that way, right? Where they were going for the all-in-one and kept bolting on stuff, but I think the current version is lacking a lot of the functionality that Groove either has or will have soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Even if they stop like right now and they say we're not building anymore, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Because what they have right now is the same architecture they're using for their own platform, right? And that's like they're making about $100,000 a day with $3 million a month. Joel said.
You're saying
so
Groove
with
is?
Just Groove Cell alone. Yeah, Groove. Yeah. So yeah.
They need to get mail going though. They really need to get that.
Yeah, the thing with mail is. The thing with mail is there's actual servers, like architecture that needs to be taken care of. So like a lot of newbies, they weren't using it properly and they were spamming people, and they weren't using a business email. So like DK, I was trying to convince Duane to get a domain for his webinar funnel project.
Okay.
Because he's using the Groove Pages domain. I told him he needs to get a domain
by the name, right?
Because then you can have an email that's linked to your domain, and then you can use it with like a mail provider like MailChimp, Groove Mail, whatever. Because they require that level of security. They don't like free email providers like Gmail and whatever. So yeah.
Now is that all that's required, Amir? Is it that you just need to buy a domain on Namecheap or something like that?
Yeah.
And then that domain comes with an SMTP.
Well, actually, I figured out a way where you don't even need to pay for like webmail. Like you know how you have to pay for the email service with the domain. I found a way you can actually, because even if you're using G Suite and all those other things, you have to pay for. But I found a free way. That's using Zoho.
Oh,
really? So, yeah, it's not owned by big tech, thankfully.
Okay.
But it's secure encrypted email, and you can have one business email on there for free.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wow, outstanding. So you'd buy the domain on Namecheap or someplace, GoDaddy or whatever the places of your choice, and then you set up Zoho as the emailer, right? The email program.
Yeah.
And go from there. All right.
Yeah.
So Duane, you got a couple days till the 18th. I mean, why not?
Yeah. We're gonna mail one at a time right now because I'm sending videos out too, right? Very, very specific videos. So here's what I'm doing. Tell me if you think this is a good idea or not. So, you know how you want to have everything personalized, right? So what I did was I recorded a video. I said a whole bunch of people's names. I don't want to give this away because people are like, oh, come on, really? You're doing this? So you put 20 or 30 names on the list ahead of the actual video you approve. Then you're going to actually edit. Right? So then you take Bobby, take the 3 seconds. Hello, Rick, Duane Lear here. And then so my wife's listening to this. Hello, Rick, Duane Lear here. Hello, Selena, Duane. So there's all these different names, right? My wife's like, oh, there's one Duane Lear here.
So you're actually recording these clips individually?
Record the clips, and then I've got like it's a 3.5 minute video.
Okay. Right? So how does that splice look? Is it like hello, Duane Lear here, and then it goes into the base video, or okay?
It might be a little off, right? But so what? I mean, the thing is that if you hear your name from the person, even if it's recorded, like are they going to be thinking, well, I mean, obviously maybe he edited it, but so what? You know what I mean? Like at least there's an effort. Right? As opposed to, it's late. I'm just going to send this. Hi, how are you? And actually, we know that people do well with that too. It's just, I just like the personalized version, right? So,
yeah, Duane, you should start maybe a company, make an artificial intelligence software so it does it for you.
Well, have you not seen on Facebook? They do have the odd thing where in the sponsored categories or in the ad spots, artificial, it sounds like real voice, like real live voicing, right? Like but it's all electronic or, AI, right? So.
Right.
I would like learning. To say hi to you.
Hello, my name is Duane, and I will do your taxes now.
I will keep you calm.
Right? That would be why I wouldn't want to use that, but
I will keep you calm. I am DK Warner.
Just have the voice automatically play at 12 a.m. at night from the phone.
Exactly.
Wake the person up. Yeah, Ambler alert.
Yeah, it's a timed alert. Comes on at the same time every night.
Yeah.
Time for you to revisit your center of calmness.
Your center of calmness.
Well, I could actually say that with my natural voice. I would just need the AI to zip in their name, right?
Exactly. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Duane. It's time for you to revisit your center of calmness.
Exactly.
It's like email automation. You know how you can just put like the first underscore name, and then it automatically replaces it with the person's name, sort of thing. But for video,
exactly.
there's your ticket, Duane, to a billionaire.
$1 billion. It's right here on this show.
We'll say your name over and over and over. Then we'll just use a voiceover AI intelligence machine to figure out what you sound like. Exactly.
Well, they're listening to anyways,
So I think that's a good thing, though. I just wanted to make it a little more personal. So I just did a whole bunch of names and did a Movavi and cut, edit.
Right.
You can do that to anybody, anytime. The only thing is that you've got to be okay. So let's say that you're doing a new video, right, for a new workshop. You got to make sure you're wearing the same clothing.
That is true. It's a little bit weird if you suddenly change shirts.
You said hi, and then you
it suddenly goes from gray to dark blue. Background changes too, right? We actually have a few comments here that have been flowing in as we've been talking diligently about Groove and Groove-related stuff from Mr. David James. He's noticing our background is a copied. It's not spliced. So David or David, I should say, is a discriminating background reviewer, and he's suggesting we do a splice.
We want to be slightly different,
or perhaps slightly the same, as the case may be.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Commenting on the tunnels familiar, which looked like that.
The never-ending tunnels. We could have gave Amir this background, and he could go, "Woo!"
And here's an actual serious question.
Yeah.
What if you already have a domain? What do you do to transfer things over to Groove? I think there is a button. It looks like a trash can, and it works very well for that. But if you don't want to do that, I'm sure there's a better process for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are actually moving DwaneLear.com over to Groove. We haven't got there yet, but so that will be at Groove, and that will be the name.
So okay. DK, I wasn't able to convince Duane to buy a new domain. I convinced him to transfer domain over.
Wow. Without using the trash can, I take it.
Yeah, the trash can.
Well, I mean, how long do you think it would take to replicate the website relatively close?
Yeah, I could. Like that. You're doing there. I could do that within a week. That's not. Yeah.
40 hours.
Well, no, 1 week, full week. Yeah.
1 week lead time, right?
Yeah. Plus, then there's split testing. There's testing. You gotta
It's 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You know what? You should do that.
It's a week. It's gonna be a whole week.
No, you should do that. You should actually do it. Time yourself. Do it for Duane. Do it live.
Right.
But I don't know what I'm doing yet. Even though you're really good, I'm still. Anytime I get stuck, I'm like, Amir, how's this go? I know you already taught this to me, but can you teach me again?
I should send out report cards, then maybe put in more effort.
It seems like your effort level is a little bit low, Dwayne. Is it because you don't really enjoy this?
I should
You
just put
don't
like
seem to be quite in the spirit of things, Dwayne.
I should just put like tax symbols and stuff all over the place, and then he'll be interested. You know.
Yeah, right,
Dollar signs, refund.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Credits and debits, credits and deductions.
Credits and debits. Or in the voice of
RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yeah, let's hear Dwayne in RoboCop voice.
I watched that movie once. I can do Terminator way better. Are you Sarah Connor? Remember this guy in university who used to do that in class? Are you Sarah Connor? That was like 13. I think what was Terminator made, like 1980?
Was it quite that far back? It was the 80s for sure.
Early 80s, yeah. Anyways, this was like 92, 93 when we were doing that. So 10 years later.
Yeah.
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
I only watched RoboCop once.
I need to recall the RoboCop voice. I think one of his.
Have you any ideas?
I think he's looking it up right now. I think that one of the signature expressions for RoboCop is "Your move, creep."
There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, right? There we go. RoboCop versus Terminator. Artificial intelligence voices before there was anything called AI. Back when you could basically run a rocket ship off of an Apple II computer or close.
In what was that movie? The guys who created South Park, the Marionettes, Team America. Okay, so we're talking about. Wow, my brain is just like fuzzy today. Okay, Marionettes. Where are we going with this? RoboCop, AI.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the computer's name is Intelligence, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
And so the computer's name is Intelligence, and Spotswood is giving the computer doo-doo, and he says, "Very bad intelligence." And so the intelligence says, "I'm sorry."
You want to know something about computers?
Yeah, bad intelligence.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So I spilt water on my computer setting up that green screen the other day, about a week and a half ago. My keyboard is totally fried. So I have to use a separate keyboard to use my computer.
Awesome.
And the thing is the actual power button, which is on the keyboard, doesn't work. Can't turn my computer off or on.
On the keyboard doesn't work.
Doesn't work. So my battery died because I'm so silly. I don't plug my computer in. Like, how am I going to turn the thing back on? It won't turn on. So what I had to do is open it, and I had to hotwire it. Literally, I had to there's these two. I had to Google it.
Oh man!
Apparently, on a Mac, if you put the power, you plug the power in, you unplug a certain wire, put it back in, it turns on automatically.
Okay, awesome.
And you are on a Mac, evidently.
Yeah.
That would be a Mac hack in actuality.
Mac.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait because I want to buy a new one, but I want to wait until the new version comes out later this year. So I'm living with. I have to survive with this thing. Yeah.
There you go. You don't want to pay into your computer, right?
There came out 84. There you go.
84 for the term. And a RoboCop is actually a newer model in 1980.
Newer model of the AI.
Yeah.
Those movies foretell the future.
Yeah, it's scarily so, right? Particularly this one with Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet
we aren't that far from that already.
Creepy.
Pretty creepy. Already available at a theater near you, or perhaps everything around the theater and everything around the theater and so on and so forth.
Everything around that.
Watching a documentary today, Dwayne, and it was about what happened in Wall Street. Have you guys heard about that with like Reddit and?
Yeah, with the GameStop
thing.
Yeah,
we're having that conversation. Yeah.
Dwayne was kicking himself for not investing in GameStop just before that went up.
Well, I mean, it was like $19 and change.
Yeah,
the 30th of December.
Well,
it went all the way up to $383. like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
No,
And
I
now,
hit 440.
I spent there today like 50 something. I haven't looked at it in the last couple of days.
Yeah,
But
I think it's below 50 now.
yeah, let's go take a look here.
Oh, checking it out. Official quote.
GameStop.
Quote. Here we go.
I think it started to go down because the certain broker accounts were not allowing you to trade it anymore or buy it.
Yeah, because they're allowed. $50.31 is where it's at right now.
Wow.
And this is a stock that probably really has a market value of about $19.
Less than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who
More
knows?
likely,
Right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all stocks are what you're willing to trade them for. That's all. That's all the value they truly have once they're floated.
I shouldn't say who knows. If you went to a CFA, a chartered financial analyst, or a group of them who study stocks all day long, they take a look at the profits, they take a look at the growth patterns, and the end result would be, based on that, this is what we think it's worth. Now, based on where it's going, this is what we think it's worth, right? So
intrinsic value, and especially if you have a whole group of them together, is that a hive mind or is that group think? What's the right way to characterize?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, so you go to a bank and you go online to some discount brokerage, and you can look up a stock, any stock. Now, by the way, I'm not giving advice on stocks. This is not what this is about. It's up to you to choose what you're doing that way. But there's always estimates. What we think this is worth. And they have all the different companies, and they've got like, for example, Bank of Montreal or TD or all the those Canadian banks. They all have an advisory group which has analyzed the heck out of these companies, and they give you an opinion. Is what they're doing. But really, we know what we think of opinions sometimes.
Everybody's got one.
Well,
some are better informed than others, right?
That's just it. I can tell you right now that a company that I bought probably about 2009, 10, somewhere in there, an Argentinian oil and gas company. There was a projection on it. It was sitting at about somewhere between 50 and 75 cents. Okay. And I owned about 100,000 shares of it. It was at one point they had a projection on it at $1.93. And so, based on what we were thinking, based on the track record of the group that owned the company, they've owned other companies and they were taking care of this. And we thought this was a sure thing, of course, right? It was going to $1.93. It got to $1.11.
Not bad.
And then the Argentinian government, this is what I understand what happened. They took 2% of the real estate away from the company.
Just
because
2%?
they missed, 2%. This is my understanding. It was literally 2%. Now, I'm going to check this. I'm going to check with my buddy Gord, who also used to be an investment advisor and pretty sharp with this stuff. But he was heavily invested, and he doesn't mind me sharing this because we have this conversation all the time. But it was 2% of the real estate that they took, and the stock went from $1.11, and it dropped in half real quick. And I got out at 20 cents a share. Gord still isn't out yet. It's a zip.
Ouch.
But let's put it this way.
That hurts.
But he did something with part of his proceeds, because they traded the stock off. What am I trying to say? Off market, right? So because of the fact that it traded off market, he was able to increase his tax-free savings account holding potential by 40,000. So even though he's got no value there, according to the actual, he was able to increase the amount he can shelter from taxation in what's called a tax-free savings account. It's an account that you have in Canada for Canadians, where you don't pay tax on interest, dividends, or capital gains, or any income from the investment.
Okay.
While you're alive, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a little bit of an elongated story there, but let's just say that there's always analysts, there's always opinions, and then reality happens, right?
Definitely.
So
reality, which is what the whole GameStop phenomenon was, right? The market decided to collude a little bit, and that's actually what, I know collusion in stocks is a big no-no, but when you get 2 million people and you tell them to do the same thing at the same time, I think that would qualify, wouldn't it?
Potentially.
Potentially, it would.
Ostensibly.
Anyway, that's what they did. Drove the price straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
And short sellers, because there was a lot of short sellers out there, and it was just quite a phenomenon, right? All market drama based, if you will.
There was a company that was in that business of short selling, and my understanding is Joel Bauer. Now we should have him come on.
Joel, you're always welcome to join. You're always welcome. Anytime. You just let us know, and we'll send you the link.
Yeah.
So great of you to join us, Joel.
Yeah, thank you very much. So it's interesting that this one scenario, the situation. Now he's got me flustered. Okay.
In the moment, for the moment, Duane.
You know, it's like okay, Duane, 60-second pitch now. Go.
Okay, Duane, what do you do?
Awesome. What's that? What do you do? Well,
what's your webinar, Duane? What's your
This is a tool. We always use tools.
Yes, we do.
We are your financial mindset, Joel. Oh, I love it.
This is great.
Yeah.
And we are going to see him on February the 18th. So, hey, enough stock talking today. I'm good.
It was a fun mention. Yeah, and current events, right? The GameStop thing is, in my mind, as long as it's above $19 a share, it's still underway. The market is still underway.
But it's amazing. It went to 383, and who knows if they're not. Oh, what I was going to say is there was a group that actually stopped short selling. Right? They actually got out of the business because of the whole situation. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was more than one of those companies out there, right? So.
I would say so, right? Because you could just imagine the bill required to cover those shorts while the stock was in the 300 range. Oh yeah, just horrendous.
83.
Yeah, and those are required calls. I don't know that much about shorts personally, but to my understanding, those are compulsory. They have to be covered. You at least have to have the capital in your account or access to it to keep the position open.
It's a bit of a complicated thing, no doubt. I don't spend a ton of time. The interesting thing is, part of my model portfolio, we do have a hedge fund in the portfolio, right? And so the gentleman who manages that, Noah Blackstein, he manages a lot of the investments for Dynamic, and he's a phenomenal manager, right? But with this fund, he's got his Dynamic Alpha Performance is more of a very conservative use of those tools, right? So he's got a certain percentage that he's long, and then he'll have a certain percentage that he's short. It's usually a 70-30 kind of thing. But he picks and chooses his spots, and he's very, very conservative with how he does it, right? So really good stuff, though. So there you go. That's my take on shorts.
There you go.
I usually wear shorts in the summer.
I'm glad. And I'm glad to hear that you do that.
By the way, what is the temperature over in Houston today?
Houston today, in my house right now, I feel like it's about 76, 77 degrees. I think we got the heat cranked up. But actually outside, it is maybe 65, 70, something like that. Maybe a little bit Celsius.
You have the heat cranked up?
Yeah, we got the heat on right in here. Yeah.
You have the heat on.
He's like, you're nuts.
You have the heat on.
Wait, what is that in Celsius?
What? 7. It will just use 70 F.
24 degrees. And you have the heat on.
25 inside. Right?
Yeah, we just have the heat on to maintain 72. You know, just climate control.
Maintain 72. Yeah.
Okay. If it was 24 outside, you're not turning the heat on.
If it was 65 or 70 here, we would not have the furnace on.
But you got to realize the type of heat we've got here in Houston. It's usually a heat pump type scenario where either the unit can switch back and forth usually to either heat or cool.
Oh, okay.
And so it's more of a temperature maintenance. You just set the temperature and it decides which system to apply.
Okay. Yeah, we here in Canada we don't want to upload our gas and electric bills, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a little cold snap right now. Usually it doesn't get this cold, like maybe once a year or maybe even every 2 years it'll get this cold, right?
Yeah.
So minus 15 isn't a normal, which is, like I said, single digits Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number.
It's pretty chilly, even for me. Even though I spent some time in Minnesota and got my cold tolerance going for a bit, saw some sub-zero weather, especially when I was in high school. We saw some probably, what would that be, 20 or 30, negative 20 or 30 Celsius, something like that, a few times, and even lower than that with the wind chill. It's pretty cold in some cases.
Brr.
Pretty cold. And David or David noticed the Quantum mug in the house tonight. This is, after all, a very sophisticated Italian bar, and there was a Quantum mug that was visible for just a moment.
I've been chugging water down during this live stream. It was up to here before. Now it's gone down to here. So
there you go. Yeah. That is awesome.
That is the Quantum mug, Amir? Because I have a Quantum mug.
Yeah, that's the one.
I have one with blue writing on it.
You know, you should get Fred on here. It's kind of funny when he goes live. You'll have a blast with him.
Yeah, we should.
We need to ring in. We need to ring in Kevin Trudeau.
Yeah, we gotta find out where he's hiding.
Well, he wasn't at. I don't think he was at the gin event. I don't know if he spoke this weekend. I didn't see him. I saw a few different segments. I'm not presently an active member, right? But always a member at heart. But I'm just kind of curious as to what. Supposedly he was in Chicago, of course, at an undisclosed location. But Dr. Ted and Dr. Tom were there, and listened to both of them. And
okay, awesome.
Tom, they're great. I love them. They're awesome. The first guy I saw in Jen was Dr. Ted, and I was like, "Wow, this guy is unreal." He was good. He's really good. They have a very unique. I don't know if you ever heard of it, DK. Bioenergetic synchronization technique, or BEST, and
bioenergetic synchronization. Yeah. I need to check this out. I've been hearing recently about something called bioenergetics. I wonder if there's any relation.
Could be. Basically, I'll tell you right now. So here's a little story for you. We'll give you one here, Dr. Ted, Dr. Tom. So I had a car accident with my wife in 2002. And I can tell you that the first time I got a bioenergetic synchronization technique done on me by a woman in Abbotsford, did a great job. I had this knot building in my shoulder, and it was going all the way around to the front. It was an energetic knot. And so I did one session with her, and then I did a second session. And the very first thing we did in the second session was get rid of the knot. And the knot was building up for years. And literally the knot went away. It was, I was like astounded that 5 minutes and it was gone. And it was like, the mind does things you don't know. That's literally, do this, look this a certain way, think of the number 6. And I want you to picture the car crash exactly at the point in time where you knew you had impact. So that was like, so I did that, and then it was gone. And
that's all you did? Just that?
And well, yeah, they have a certain way of doing things, of course.
Okay. Wow.
It was literally.
I understand they're going to add their own energetics to the top, over the top of that.
Yeah.
But still, all they're doing is bringing you back to it, and likely they're taking the mind or the sense memory recall away, right?
Right.
So you no longer have any cost of pain.
Yeah. So I can tell you that, I'm sitting, because I used to always drill my shoulder against, the fridge door or whatever, right, just to test it, right? And so for at least 3 years, I didn't have a problem, right? And so there are other things that build up in the system that I've noticed. And I've had another, the thing is that I've forgotten her name because I haven't seen her in about 3 years. And I feel really bad about that. That's why I haven't Lois, that's her name. Bing. Do you notice what I just did there, guys? I looked up. You never look down when you're trying to get information. See, we give little pieces of.
Always look up. Huh? Now, is it a matter of changing your eye angle? I have heard this.
You notice where I went? I went up and to the right a little.
No. Duane has a bunch of notes on his roof. He was showing me on a Zoom call, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, that's your name."
Yeah, right there. I can see it. Yeah, what's that right there?
See, look at all that colorful stuff. Yeah,
the colored stuff there.
You know what that was? That's lions, zebras, and giraffes. Anyway, this used to be the twins' kid room.
Are you still sitting on that wooden chair, Duane?
Nope, I'm on a bench right now. And
wow! You know, I sometimes see Duane sitting on a wooden chair, and I'm like, wait, so you sit there all day on your computer working?
No, well, the wooden chair, it's not all wood, right? So the back is wooden, but the bottom is actually padded somewhat. Okay. But this is a whole lot better than that chair. So
you must be younger than me. I'm sitting on this leather chair, and I'm like, it hurts sometimes my shoulders.
Okay, I'm gonna share something with you. I don't mean to. Interesting things have been occurring lately. Yo, Mang.
Colin,
how are you doing?
Colin Campbell, what's happening?
He might still be watching. We don't know.
Colin Campbell, I was trying to get on a Facebook call with at my office. And of course, in my office, we have like cellular scramblers in my office. And so it only lets like random packets, or maybe there's somebody checking all the packets. Go, well, throw that one out. Yeah, that one too. This one, yeah, we'll let those through over there, but not these over here. Because he couldn't hear anything I was saying whatsoever during that 3 different calls.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the fact that we have a speakers JB train meeting tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Do we really?
We do really.
Do we really?
We do really.
Is it 5 o'clock Pacific time on Wednesday? Could it be?
5 p.m. PT.
Wow.
For those of you who are Joel Bauer students.
Joel Bauer students? Joel Bauer.
If Joel, you're watching this, I did send an email to make sure this name was okay.
Right. And it's been double checked.
Yeah.
And of course, let's point folks back to where all this began for us, joelbauer.com.
Actually, it's more like, no, I
can't. That
thing is so hard. Let me change the aspect ratio. There we go. Now you can
there we go.
Point straight down, right? All right.
Professionals. Anyway, we're not sure at what. No, yes, we do. We know exactly.
Yeah, we know exactly what. Specialized knowledge, right?
Specialized knowledge. That's right. Anyway.
But everyone out there, just a quick aside, everyone out there, please go check out this website. It's brand new. It's got all of Joel's programs in it. Tons of information that you'll learn just right there on the site, let alone when you elect to invest in any of the programs that are there.
And the results will occur.
They will occur.
They will occur. Sometimes it takes time to succeed. I mean, it takes time to succeed. But if you do the right things correctly, long enough, consistently, good old Kevin Trudeau, and that isn't from Kevin Trudeau. You just happen to wrap it in a package that works. Called the Your Wish is Your Command CD series, of course.
Okay.
Right?
Very well.
I mean, Joel talks about wrapping your package, but that's the suit, of course. Although I'm wondering what he's thinking now about. Well, his whole online thing is you want to be personal and interesting. He still wears black a lot. Doesn't always wear black, but he's always quite often wearing black, right?
Often black. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Sometimes he'll wear his colors, which is a cyan, right? So
cyan.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m. You know, we've done pretty good today, DK, considering ever since I scrambled my brain there at the very start, I think we've been fine.
So I think I need to capture that, because that is a very useful exercise for our audience as well. They can do a brain descrambler right on the fly. I think it takes less than 15 seconds. It's outstanding.
It's called interrupting the pattern.
It was definitely a pattern interruption.
Yeah.
100%.
Interrupting the pattern.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All you need to do is wrap it in a package, put a price tag on it, and there you go.
And put it into a groove. funnel.
It needs to be groovatized.
Groovetized. Groovy. It needs to be made groovy.
If you want to get something groovatized, now I make the assumption that you are literally beneath me here. That guy right there will help you groovatize.
The individual raising the roof is Amir at amiryasin.com.
Yeah,
right.
that website, by the way, needs to be completely revamped. Like, it's so outdated. Like, I had to throw that thing together. So, because I have clients like Duane that I have to, make their stuff look nice. And then, Duane likes to muck it up, right? So,
but Amir,
Right.
you did that in the last 12 months, right? Did you not do that in the last 12 months?
Oh no, that whole site I did in like a day and a half, 2 days. Yeah, actually,
you did it last year or so. Did you not?
Well, I did it in August. I did it in like right when I got Groove. Yeah, because I had another site which I actually coded, but then I wanted to put everything in Groove, so I rebuilt the whole thing in Groove. But it's less sophisticated, like less like tech stuff in there. So yeah, and this is more of a salesy site. So the one sales funnel, landing page on that site was actually inspired by Joel. I was actually sick. I had this problem where I couldn't swallow food, and I lost like 10 pounds of weight, and no one could figure out what it was. So then and at that time, I was speaking with Brianna, and I think she told Joel. Joel found out, and I got like this random phone call from Joel. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Nice. And then he's like, you should look at Angie's site. Angie Norris, right? So
yeah.
I was like, you should check out her site. Maybe clone it or build it or something. I was like, okay, sure. So I actually built it because he told me I should, maybe look into it. And then I just threw it out there. And then, I started getting sales. And I was like, wow. So it just works. It's like, wow, this is cool. So
you didn't promote the site? You just built it and launched it?
Yeah, I just built it because people are asking me if they wanted help with Groove because they knew I knew what I was doing on there. So I was like, I just sent them the link. I got sales, and I was like, wow.
How cool is that? That's great.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And actually I did find out why I had that swallowing issue. And it was thanks to Fred. He actually helped me figure it out. I went to the doctors. They had to like run a camera down my throat. They couldn't find anything.
Wow.
It was a thought allergy. It was actually a frequency.
It was I'm sorry, what?
A thought allergy, like an actual.
I thought that's what I thought. That's what I thought you
like an actual thought, like a thinking. You know what I mean? Like thinking.
Yeah. I actually have something. I didn't know it was an allergy, but I had something similar that was causing me to constrict my throat.
Right.
And although I could still swallow, it would cause me if I was thirsty, it would cause a lot of constrict. It was difficult to sleep properly and not wake up asking for breath.
Yeah.
So yeah, somewhat familiar. That's interesting. So Fred actually he figured that out.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
That's awesome.
Is it something that you were thinking, but you weren't wanting to say it?
It was a subconscious trauma, like a subconscious experience that happened, and it was just the thought of it that kept on going on around that I was allergic to, according to him.
Wow.
And then using his technique, he was able to clear it, which is sort of like best using.
You know what? I actually was supposed to do the training for his technique, and I never got to it. I've forgotten the name of it. Starts with
EDNA.
Say it again.
EDNA, emotional DNA trauma release.
It sounds a little different. I wonder if I had. Trying to think back because that was like nine years ago.
No, yeah, he changed it a lot. It's more refined now and more simplified than when it was back then. Yeah, he's actually in Groove as well. If you go to waterdocenterprises.com, and there's a link there for the workshop, and you can take his workshop. The cool thing is, get this, he's a 69-year-old, and he took the same thing that Duane took, the 5 weeks. He built it himself. He built the whole thing himself in Groove.
They just off a 5 week.
Yeah. And the funny thing is like it's not even fully complete. I'm like, Fred, like you need to like add a logo and like fill fill in this text that it says put text here. Like he only works when I'm there watching him. Like I sometimes just sit there and he's working. And I'm like, Fred, make sure you do that. And it's just so cool that it's that someone like him is able to actually, publish, and he's actually monetizing and has actually built an entire affiliate program in Groove, paying people, selling like mugs like this and stuff, which is actually really cool. So, and it's not even perfect. Like there's still bugs in it. Like he's still encountering issues, but actually Dr. Jim over there actually commented the actual spelling of it, of his energy healing technique. Dr. Jim McCarty. I think I met Dr. Jim. Yeah. So he's actually another Fred student.
We get Carmen Roman with us too. Hey, Carmen.
Hey, Carmen, how you doing?
And then you get an allergy. That is very interesting. I agree completely. Oh, check it out. And David is trained in this as well.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's right. Cool. That's right. David is actually knows Fred really well.
Yeah.
Amir, you like Amir, you've known him like since you were like a teenager, right?
Yeah, 15. You want to know something funny? Apparently, Fred met KT when he was 15 too. When KT was 15.
KT was 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was mentoring KT. Yeah, exactly. You guys are like
Amway.
KT are twins.
Oh, Amway.
Amway, right?
Wow.
That's
totally awesome.
I was only at Amway twice.
You went to 2 conventions, or you were actually in?
No, I was actually in Amway
in and out.
2 different times. Yeah.
Okay.
I bought the packet twice.
An Amway builder we have in our midst.
SA8 and LOC and Scrub Buds and you can buy you can buy a bag of Mars bars from Amway. You can buy anything from Amway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So full line, right, so to speak.
It's been a long time. Since
Amir, what did you say Fred's website's called?
Water Doc, DOC, enterprises.com. I think it's enterprises with an S or without, I forget. Let me just check.
That sounds right. We'll see.
There it is. WaterDocEnterprises.com.
I'll put it in the chat here in the private green room chat. Yeah.
I love Fred. I remember the first time I met Fred, I was about 4 hours from my home here in Kelowna. And he was doing a session. It was actually February of 2012. So we're going back 9 years. And Fred was staying. He stayed in the hotel, but he did a session. He actually eliminated 3. I had 3 demons.
You did, huh?
People will go, what?
Oh my God.
He exercised the demons, or is it? No, because he talked about curses. He talked about, so he's very much into that.
Okay.
Likely eliminating, overhauling, overcoming that crap. And then when we were done, so he had a list of like 25 people. He had a lineup of people that he was working on. And then we ended up having pizza and wine in the hall, literally in the front area of the hotel, because I wasn't staying there, or maybe I was, but we just decided we'd stay there. So that was the first, and we had just an amazing conversation. Fred is an awesome guy, absolutely awesome, great guy.
All right, you've talked me into it. I'm gonna reach out and meet Fred. I've never met him before, actually.
Yeah,
you should have him on here.
Yeah, we can invite him on here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll send him an email and I'll start out with, well, if you have a free moment, just drop it on the DK Duane Show, and then we can learn a lot more about this. I need to put the comment back up here to get this technique. It's ERCS.
ERCS.
Yeah, we're talking about the eDNA, right?
ERCS/EDNA. So there are 2 different techniques, but you use them together. So eDNA is emotional DNA, and ERCS is, I forget. Fred says I'm his top student, but I can't even remember the acronym.
Doesn't matter, right?
Emotional something corrections. Okay, I forget. forget.
Yeah.
You know what? That is the old name, though, isn't it? ERC.
It is, yeah. Because
that is what I actually. It took me a bit. I had to.
Yeah, you should ask Fred how he came up with ERCs. Or I mean, sorry, Edna. Yeah. It's an interesting story.
It sounds very irksome.
Edna.
I love it.
Yeah.
ERCs and Edna.
Traumas can definitely, they can be stored in organs, and particularly fatty tissue, right? And then they come out. And actually, as I understand it, folks that work to dramatically alter their weight can actually have this stuff surfacing continuously as the fat eliminated. It's can be horrendous, right?
Right.
I've done a few cleanses, so I know that that definitely exists. You get emotions out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like you just like crying.
An outburst of tears.
Lots of pain and yeah, it happens. Spiritual clearing using ERCs is phenomenal. No drama, just gets into it and clears it. Right. I haven't had. I mean, when Fred worked on me, there was no I didn't have any mega pains or anything. I didn't start crying in front of Fred.
Are you sure?
Uncontrollably.
At least not uncontrollably, anyway.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm just saying I wasn't uncontrollably crying in front of Fred.
Right.
It's just amazing.
Some people break down. Some people do, but some don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine. I mean, with strong release comes usually some tears, and it's all good. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry.
It absolutely is.
It's okay to. In fact, you should get rid of the emotions, right?
Yeah.
You go through with it. You deal with it, right?
Yeah.
When I was taught, you don't do that, right?
Yeah, it's traditional education, right?
Right.
God, we must remain strong. But if you just let things release, then it's a lot healthier life.
Yeah. My buddy Pepe says I'm virtually always cleansing. He just keeps always
virtually always cleansing.
I'm always cleansing. Yeah, no doubt.
That is hilarious. I think I'm on an every 20 to 25 year cycle for cleansing. I did a water fast time ago. I actually am in. I just recently completed the second of 3 detoxes that are part of the program that I'm with now with Dr. Samia. And then so the third one will be coming up. It's a lemon water and maple syrup mix for 3 days. Which
maple syrup is Canadian.
It is right. It's a Canadian cleanse. And what's really funny is when I bring that to work, and they're looking at this thing like, what's in that? And then I explain it. And they're like, what's that for? Then I say it's a detox, right? And they're like, oh, what are you replacing with that? And I basically say everything. And that's when they go off the rail. They're done.
They're like, I'm out of here.
They're like, no, it's too much. It's too much.
I was with a naturopath years ago, and he was more of a blood type diet focused naturopath, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there's a list of foods you can eat. Basically, the list was meat and veggies. That was pretty much the although not potatoes. Potatoes aren't that great for you,
right?
But
poisonous if uncooked, as I understand, right?
What's that?
Potatoes are, as I understand it, poisonous until cooked.
I did not know that. All I know is right now I'm not supposed to have potatoes or tomatoes or a number of things. And
so apparently Dr. Kim gave you the list of don'ts first, right?
Well, here's the thing. Lauren, my dear friend, Lauren Swetlikoff, who's great guy. And he you know what? When I listened to Lauren, it worked. My stomach was substantially, I got stomach challenges, right? So it was substantially reduced. I'm not saying it didn't exist, but it absolutely, instead of being at a 6 or a 7 or an 8, I was at like a 1 or a 2 as far as, not feeling good with my stomach. And when I eat what I'm supposed to, it's great. When I don't eat what I'm supposed to, not so, right? So now Kim White and I are working on, we had our first session on on Thursday in the middle of Samantha's karaoke. And
we missed you at karaoke. We had such a wonderful time. It was excellent. I got to sing one song, and then I had to bust out into the car and drive, and I couldn't easily sing and drive at the same time, so I only contributed the one song. But this coming Thursday, I will attempt a different song. We'll see how it goes.
See, that's the challenge. I might have to shift Kim to like an hour later and say, Kim, let's go sing first, and then we'll go.
Yeah. Well, you just roll in for 30 minutes, right, and do a little singing, and then roll out and do your meeting, right?
Yeah. It was a really good initial meeting, though. So
excellent.
Kim's got me working. I'm planning on writing stuff down. Exactly. Joel Wallach, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats.
No wheat, barley, rye, or oats. Does that leave any grain? Is there any grain acceptable at all then? Rice, I suppose.
Rice.
Yeah, rice.
Soy legal?
Yeah, well, soy, I wouldn't recommend it because genetically modification and also testosterone levels and stuff like that. Estrogen,
right. Impact.
Yeah.
Right. So that's rice. And actually, even rice not properly sourced can contain arsenic.
Right.
So one must be careful.
Just don't eat anything. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Meat and vegetables. That's all I got.
Eat spinach. All you need is
spinach.
Vegan protein.
Yeah. And preferably all natural grown, right? No pesticides.
Yeah. Not from one of Bill Gates' farms. Apparently he's the biggest farm owners in all of the US now.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. David indicates buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat sings.
Okay. So there we go. Add that to the menu. Buckwheat.
There you go.
Perfect. I'm not even sure where I can buy that. Maybe online. Let's see if Amazon has some.
Right on. What do you think, DK?
I think we've had a wonderful show. I think we've actually doubled our forecast for how long we were planning to come on today.
You're welcome.
So thank you, Amir, for that, as well as all of our honored guests. And we had a tremendous number of great comments, highly informative as well. So this was huge, outstanding show, and I look forward to the next one.
And we had Joel on the show.
And we did as well.
Real cool.
Absolutely cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Joel.
Great of you to join us.
Totally. All right. Well, we'll do it again, Amir. I'm sure I'll have another meeting with you in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll teach me what I'm doing to get things out there.
Yeah.
I know he looked at my I knew that as soon as you're going to look at that website, you're going to be like, too much writing.
Too much text, right? So I have the opposite challenge. I can't get enough copy onto a website to be satisfying, right? So
there's actually a little secret I have for that. I'm doing a new membership site. It's going to be free, and I'm going to be basically showing people how to build everything you need before you even build a site. So like the copy, images, your unique selling proposition, all that sort of stuff. So if you hire someone or if you start building your own funnel or landing page or website, whatever, it's just plug and play. So awesome. You know that secret technique that Joel talks about, how to write a book in a day?
Yeah. The WhatsApp?
Just do the same thing for a website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
This guy's good.
Huge.
Really good.
Huge.
Anyway, I should get going.
Yeah, that actually takes it beyond, because I think normally folks that do anything anywhere close to that uses some kind of a form, right? Where they have you type everything in, you fill out certain fields, and then you can use probably an auto builder to at least pre-populate something and get started.
Wow.
But this takes it another step farther. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is in a trend now in web design is a lot of people are using, like their mobile phone and stuff. And the thing is people don't really sit there and read a long form sales letter the whole time, right?
Right.
So if you can really clarify your message so they can just skim through it and they get it and they buy, so then, it's good to have all that copy there, but if it's structured in a way that you get the message quickly, you're more likely to get call to actions and stuff.
Who has time to read a 30-page sales letter?
I mean, nobody, right, these days. But what I do feel is that as I still take in some of those myself and I read through them, there's a certain amount of like mental overwhelm that occurs when you've got that much to read. And even though you're not reading it, just the fact that you're scrolling all the way to the bottom to get to the checkout, I think there's something to that, right? I think it actually works. As you're picking up bolds and those little subliminal comments as you go by, I think there's something to it.
Just program it so it flashes words really fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy now, buy now, buy now.
This now, buy this now, buy this now.
Yeah.
For
All
sure,
right, guys. It was great being on.
Yeah. Great
Betcha.
to join us, Amir, especially on no notice at all, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See Jay's here. Good stuff. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jay.
good to see you, Jay. Appreciate the comment. And yeah, she's definitely in support of your upcoming offer there, Amir.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm working as hard as I can in between meetings with people like Duane.
Meetings with people like Duane.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm getting offended here.
Oh, don't get offended. It means I'm investing my time.
You've got priority positioning there, Duane. That's pretty impressive.
VVIP.
VVIP. That's right.
I'll send a pin VVIP in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want one of those sweatshirts.
Oh, if a small fits you, I'll send it. If a size small fits you, I'll send it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I doubt it.
Oh, we got one more comment here to close it out. Great stuff. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Completely agree with that, Carmen. This show was quite good. We had
Really
a lot of great stuff. I have all kinds of directions I need to go suddenly and quickly into to learn about particularly some of the stuff that we were talking about with regard to Fred. It sounds very interesting.
Right on, guys. Well,
all right. Well, I thank both of you for a super successful DK and Duane show.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing you here. Thanks, Amir. Thanks, DK.
Thank you, Duane. Thank you, Amir. We'll see you all very soon.